Hello everybody, it's JD again with another BookTube video. I thought this time I would tell you a bit about the books that I'm reading at the moment, since I haven't actually talked about that yet. Before I show you the books that I'm reading, I just want to let you know that I typically read 2 books at a time. One of them is a print book, usually a traditionally published book, and the other one is an ebook. And most of the time, those are self-published. I like to support the independent authors as well as the traditionally published authors. But at the moment, I'm actually reading 3 books. So let's take a look at them. So first, let's look at the traditionally published book, since this is the main one I'm reading. And it is Redemption Arc by Alastair Reynolds. Alastair Reynolds is actually a former astrophysicist. He worked for the European Space Agency, so he knows his science. This book is full of scientific terms. It's hard sci-fi and space opera. It's a very interesting book. This is the second in the series. The first book was, if I can remember, yes, Revelation Space. I read that book maybe last year. I can't remember exactly. Last year or 2 years ago. That was a very entertaining book, I found. Some people might think it's a little heavy because of all of the scientific terms. He goes into that a lot. But it is a lot of fun to read. I'm enjoying this book. However, I started this book about 4 months ago. And I'm only, according to Goodreads, I'm 42% finished. I will finish it. I'm getting back into reading now. For the past couple of months, I haven't really been reading much. But I'm going to try and read at least half an hour a day. And hopefully I'll be finished this within 2 to 3 weeks. And then I'll do a review. So that's this book. The second book that I'm reading at the moment is an ebook. It is fantasy. So the title is Keepers of Water by R.G. Porter. It's in the Guardians of Nature series. So here you can see, this is what's on Goodreads. That's what the cover looks like. This book is an interesting one. I'm about halfway through it, and it's one of those kinds that takes place in the modern world, but it's connected to another universe. So these 2 worlds are connected in some way, and our world, of course, our society these days is known for pollution, and it's affecting this other world, and they're trying to come over to our world and stop what we're doing. So far, it looks to be pretty straightforward. There are 2 factions from the other world. One wants to destroy our world. The other one wants to save our world. So it'll be interesting to see where this one goes. The third book is, well, it's an art book, actually. It's by my favorite artist. He's a Canadian artist, Robert Bateman. And this is a big book. I can't see. There we go. It's The World of Robert Bateman. It is, of course, by Robert Bateman. The text is by Ramsey Derry. Much of what I'm reading right now is about Robert Bateman's biography, basically. It's part biography and part art book. Of course, his art is wonderful. It's very, how shall I say it, almost photorealistic. He paints a lot of animals, and if you just look him up on the internet, just search for Robert Bateman. He has a website. He has a lot of samples on his website. Now, Robert Bateman is in his 80s now, but if you ever watch a video of him, you can see he doesn't even look like he's past 65. He is in such good shape, very healthy, very active. And it's very interesting reading about his life. He now lives in Salt Spring Island, I believe, right by Vancouver Island. And he spends a lot of time in nature. Would be a very interesting person to talk to, I think. But this book is interesting. I'm saying interesting way too many times. I haven't actually gone past the biography part. The rest of the book, maybe 2/3 of the book is just art, and he just writes about how he painted it, the subject, and he talks about the picture itself. So I will, of course, do a review of this book when I finish it. I haven't actually read it in quite some time. It's been in Canada since October. My sister visited Japan, and she brought some of my books back to Canada, including this one. So I haven't actually been able to read it until I've come back to Canada. So that is that book. Of course, as I said, once I finish these books, I will be doing a review of them. I'll do both video review and a review on my blog. They're going to be a bit different. The written review is going to be a bit more formal sounding, while my video review is going to be a lot more rambling, just talking. But I hope you look forward to those reviews. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought. But please do not give me any spoilers. I haven't finished them. I don't think the Robert Bateman book would have any spoilers, though. I've looked through the pictures. I don't think he can be spoiled. There's no story. But anyways, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up button, and please comment. And if you would like to support my videos and writing in the future, please support me on Patreon. And you can see up in the corner, there's an eye symbol, so please click on that and go to my Patreon page. Thank you very much.